Guys, welcome back. Mike here at MH Tutorials. Well guys, today I'm going to do a request, and this request was, can you model a bow and arrow? All right, so I actually received a reference image, but I'm kind of going to go with some creative freedom here and create something without a reference, okay? Just because I usually prefer to do it that way. All right. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start out with a simple cube, and we're going to drag that out in the grid, kind of in a rectangle, something like that. We're going to set our translate values to 0 to get it centered. And in our polycube 1, let's add some subdivision. Let's do 2 in width for now. I'll leave it at that. All right. Reason being that we're going to mirror. So I'm going to right click, go to face, drag click that half. I'm not in the UK, half, yeah. And we're going to control delete that. Then we're going to right click, go to object mode, select that guy, and go to edit, duplicate special, hit option box, edit and reset, select instance, and we're going to do a -1 scale on X and hit apply. And there we go. Okay, so now we've got that, cool. We're going to start to work from there, right? So we're going to switch to our front view. And actually, let's just drag click the whole deal and kind of scale it in. All right. And then we're going to go to this view right here. Right click face, select that face, and go to edit mesh and extrude under face. Where'd he go? Right there. Hit W and pull that out. Okay. Now we're going to start to work from here. And what we're going to do is we're going to create the shape of our bow. Based on the top line first, and I'm going to tweak the bottom line later. Now, if you don't know what I mean, we'll figure it out in a sec, okay? So we're going to start to raise that. We're going to hit G to repeat our last command, W to pull out, and we're going to raise that again. G, W, pull out, raise again, G, W, pull out, raise again, G, W, okay. And I'm not going to keep on saying that, so it's G to repeat and W to pull out, okay? And try to keep that spacing roughly the same if you can. Just keep on going. I don't want to do it too fast because it will look like, you know what? Let's just check our shape now and then. Time to slow down on that curve. That's about right. Okay, cool. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to right-click vertex, and we're going to start here, and we're just going to bring these vertices up just very, very slightly. And as we move further to the right, we're trying to get our bow thinner and thinner. At least that's the idea. And again, try to maintain that flow. And I'll try to speed it up a little bit, but it's kind of tricky when you're working without a reference, because at the same time you need to kind of figure out what shape you're going for. But we'll see where we're at and how we're doing. And we will smooth this out. So okay, so this is our rough shape. And I'm just gonna right click, go to object mode, and hit 3 to see what that would look like. Not too bad. Okay. Select it again, hit 1. We're going to drag select the whole thing. We're going to hit R, and we're going to push it in to make it a bit narrower. Weird word, narrower, whatever. Okay, so we got that. We're going to add some edge loops, but before we do that, we're going to create a bridge. And we'll do that with this face right here. So right click face. Actually, before I do that, I need to combine these two. So right click object mode, drag select the whole thing, mesh, combine. We're going to move to the middle here, and we're going to right click, go to vertex, select these, and go to mesh and combine. And sorry, what I do, merge components. I'm so sorry. There we go. All right, let's go back to our bridge. So we're going to right click face. We're going to select that one, which is 1, 2, 3, and that one. That looks right. We're going to get rid of those. And then we're going to right click, go to edge, select that one and that one. Go up to edit mesh, bridge, option box, smooth path plus curve. And we'll do 15 subdivisions and we'll hit bridge. Okay, which is kind of neat. Okay, I like that. Right click object mode, hit 3 on your keyboard, which will give us that. Hit 1 to go back. Now we're going to give this a little bit of decoration, if you will. So we're going to go to Mesh Tools, Insert Edge Loop Tool, Option Box, Multiple Edge Loops, and we'll do 3. Let's zoom in and add 3 right there. Hit Q on your keyboard, and we are going to, and here we need to be careful, we are going to click on that one and then move over here, double click on that one, and that didn't fly, so we'll do it like that, which is good. And now we have those as well, which is kind of nice. Okay, we're going to hit R to scale those out, and we are going to pull. which will raise them on top and on the bottom. So kind of round that out a bit. And then we're going to double click on just that one. And we are going to raise that one as well. Okay, right click object mode, hit 3 to smooth that out, which gives us this. I think it looks fairly clean. We're going to reinforce that grip somewhat. So I'm going to hit 1 to go back, right click face. We're going to select that face going all the way around, that one as well. We'll do these and these. Okay, and then we'll do not that. Come on. That one. And that one. All right. And we'll go to Edit Mesh, Extrude Under Face, hit R, scale that out. And as we do that, keep in mind that we need to push it back from this angle. So bring it back in, if you will, like so. Is that a clean extrude? Looks like, yeah. Right click object mode, hit 3. Yeah, nice. It's not tight enough, so I'm going to hit 1. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some edge loops to hold that shape. Okay, so we're going to go to Mesh Tools, Insert Edge Loop Tool, Option Box, Regular Setting, and I'm going to add an edge loop right there, right there. And I just want that shape to be a little bit sharper. So we'll do one here, one there. And I think that will help. Right click object mode, hit 3. Yeah, it's a little bit more distinct. Okay, cool. So now that we got that, we're going to drag select this guy, right click object mode. We're going to move it up just a little. Oh, sorry about that. Before we do that, select it, edit, delete by type, history, modify freeze transformation, and modify center pivot. That's better. All right. Now, let's create our, I'm not sure what that thing's called, a tenon. I mean, I live in Holland and we don't really run around with bows and arrows, so I wish we were allowed, but we're not. We get arrested for having a pocket knife, so. Okay, yeah, we're gonna rotate that to -90. We're gonna select it, we're gonna hit R, and we're gonna scale it down quite a bit to make it nice and thin. And then we're gonna stretch it out. We're gonna go to this view right here. Hit W, bring that down and over. Hit F to zoom in. Now this is currently in front, but it's going to be down here. Pull it up just a little, okay. We're gonna right click, go to vertex, select that and drag that over, which I think looks okay. From this view, we're gonna right click, go to object mode, and we're gonna move it in and hit 4 for wireframe mode, so we can see that we're in the middle here. There we go. And now we're gonna tie that up, okay? So for that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a polygon torus, which is slightly oversized, okay? So we're gonna hit R, we're gonna scale that down a lot. We're going to go to our polytorus and let's do a section radius of 0.15. We're going to hit E to rotate it. And if you hold down the J on your keyboard, you can snap it in steps. All right? And then we're going to move it in, move it up. Let's see where we're at. Have to zoom in. Okay. So that guy is going to be roughly there. So I'm going to hit 4 for wireframe mode. Move that over. Have to zoom in. We're going to bring that down just a little and check it from our top view as well, because we need to be here. Have to zoom in. As you can see, we need to scale it a little bit. So let's see what we have here. Okay, now we need to tweak that shape, as you can see. So we'll do that from this view. We're going to hit 4 for wireframe mode. And we're going to hit W to raise that just a little. And then we're going to right click at our vertex. And we are going to select these, 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 and these. We're going to hit R. We're going to scale that out to make it somewhat more rectangular. Then we're going to take these vertices and we're going to push them in. And let's try this again. Okay, so right click object mode. We're going to hit R. We're going to push that down. Stretch that out just a little bit. And looks like we need to tweak this manually. But first I'm going to hit 3 on my keyboard. Okay, as you can see, we need to push that in somewhat. And this guy needs to come up. So we're going to hit W. That's better. Let's see if we can clean this guy up a little bit. It's very hard to see from this angle, but we'll try it anyway. Right click vertex, take these and these. Hit R, pull them in. Take these and these. Hit W and push them up. Hit R and bring them in a little. And I think that already should look better. Okay, so we got that. Right click object mode, select it. Control D to duplicate, W to move over. And we're going to hit Shift D a few times to repeat that. Okay, then we're going to take these guys. There we go. Mesh, combine, modify center pivot, Control D to duplicate, W to move over, F to zoom in. We should be, and we'll check that from this view. Let's see where we should be. Okay, I think we're good there. So that is our bow for now. Drag select that, mesh, combine. Now let's create an arrow. So we're going to take a polygon cylinder, drag that out, pull that up, hit E, rotate that, -90. As you can see, we need to scale that thing down a lot. So hit R, scale it in, and drag it out. And we're going to position it next to our bow roughly. So we have a sense of how long it is. And I'm certainly not an expert on what the length should be, but based on logic, I would say that when you pull this guy back, right, it's this distance roughly times 2, I would think. Okay. Okay, so we got that. That's our starting point. Now let's create some feathers. All right. We're going to take a polygon cube. Let's pull that out as a rectangle. F to zoom in. R to scale down. Make it nice and thin. And we are going to add some subdivision. Let's do, yeah, we'll do a few in this direction. Let's do 5. That's not necessary. And we'll do 5 there. All right. Let's do 6 there. There we go. Okay. So we're going to right click, get our vertex. Actually, we'll do that from our top view. Object mode, hit F to zoom in. Right click vertex. Let's drag select these. And we're going to bring them up. Then we're going to take these 3, bring them up, and take the one in the middle and bring that up. We're going to take all of these. We're going to hit R. We're going to push that in. Take those, push that in. Okay, now that looks very artificial. So now let's bring this thing to life if we can. Right click vertex. We're going to start to manipulate some vertices just to give a slightly more natural feel to it. So we're just going to take a few vertices, push them up, push them down, just so it doesn't look so artificial. Okay, and we will be smoothing this out, but it's important to tweak this somewhat. Okay, right click object mode, let's hit 3. Let's hit 1 to go back. It's kind of too round, if you will, so we're going to go to edit mesh, mesh tools, insert edge loop tool, option box, regular setting, and we're going to push an edge loop out to the edge, and we'll do one down there as well. Let's do Control Z, Control Z. I don't want that one. There we go. And we'll do one back here. And we probably are good. Hit Q on your keyboard, right click object mode, and hit 3. A little better. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, so we got that. Where is our arrow? It's up there. So we'll bring our arrow to our feather. Top view. Okay. Now this guy's way too big, so we're going to scale that down a lot. Have to zoom in. We're going to make sure that it's very close to centered. Kind of bring that in. Let's see if that size makes sense. Yeah, pretty much. Okay. So let's check it from this view. So there's our feather, and where is our arrow? It's up there. So just hang on. Bring it up. F to zoom in. Now we tweaked it a little bit, so it's hard to position it exactly in the middle, but there we go. Control D to duplicate, E to rotate. Make sure we're at -90. There we go. Let's see what we got. It's not too bad. Okay. Now for the arrowhead, create another polygon cube. Give that some height, not too much. So hit R, push that down. That's initially enough. Then we're going to go to Mesh tools, insert edge loop tool, option box, multiple edge loops. Let's do 5. Do 5 right there and 5 here, and hit Q on your keyboard. And let's start to tweak this from the top. All right. Okay, so right click vertex, drag select these guys, hit W, pull them out, skip one both ends, take the one in the middle, there we go. Take these two guys and hit R and push them in. These guys, push them in. We're going to take these 3, push them in, select that one. And again, make sure it's not too regular, okay? We're going to right click, go to object mode, select it, stretch the whole thing out just a little. And then let's look at this thing and make sure it's not too flat, okay? So we're going to right click, go to edge, and we're going to select all of these edges, hit R. That should work. There we go. We're going to repeat that with these 3. And we're going to repeat that once more with the one in the middle. Okay, then we're going to right click object mode, hit R, and kind of push that down a little bit. Hit 3 and see what we get. Okay, that's a little bit too smooth. So hit 1 to go back. We are going to tweak this a little bit. Right click vertex, and let's kind of manipulate that shape a bit. Pull the vertices up, push them down, and so forth. All right, and we're going to add some edge loops to hold that shape. So insert edge loop tool, option box, regular setting, push one back here, one up there, one down there, hit Q on your keyboard, right click object mode, hit 3, slightly better. Okay, select our object, move it towards our arrow. So bring that in. That would be centered. Hit F to zoom in. Obviously way, way, way too big, so scale that down a lot. F to zoom in. W to push that in. We're going to scale it down some more. Bring that in. Okay, and we're going to right click on our vertex. I'm just going to try to make it look slightly more real. Okay, it's just too even and too smooth. Okay, and we'll take these, hit R, and kind of push them in a little. Okay, let's check it from this view. Right click object mode, hit W, bring that up. It's up here somewhere. There we go. We're going to bring that right there. And let's check it from our perspective view. And let's see what we got. Looks like we need to give this guy a bit more thickness. So hit R. That is not bad. All right. So what's next? We are going to take our bow. Actually, we're going to create a ground plane first. We'll create a ground plane. Let's scale that out a lot. right click, assign new material. Let's do a Fong E, and we'll change that to black. There we go. Let's see if we can give this some texture. Select that guy, right click, assign new material. Lambert, not quite sure if I have a wood texture that I can pick up that quickly. Let's just see what I got here. Okay, suede. Nope. So what are we going to do here? Actually, let's go a little bit modern on this. Okay, why not? We're going to select this guy. We're going to go and position it first. So we're going to lay it on its side. So we're going to rotate that to -90. Then we're going to check it from this view here. We're going to hit W and we're going to pull that up. And as you can see, we need to just slightly rotate it. So go to Edit, modify center pivot. We're going to hit E and we're going to rotate that just a little. Hit W and bring that in. There we go. And then what we can do is take our arrow, mesh, combine. We'll move that over. We're going to hit E to rotate that. And we're going to kind of lay them on top of the bow. Okay, so we're going to select that guy, hit W, bring that down. Looks like I left a part of my bow up here. Hope not. That's the whole thing. So what's that? Oh, there we go. Yeah, we can delete that. Okay. So we're going to go back here. Let's get our arrows positioned. So I'm going to bring that in, F to zoom in, modify center pivot. We're going to bring that down, hit F to zoom in, hit E to rotate. W to move down. And move that back just a little. Actually move that up, I mean. Okay, so we got that. Now what we're going to do next is we are going to take this guy and we are going to right click face. Let's see, first we'll do the outside of it. And I'm going to first select the whole thing, right click, assign new material, and we'll do MIA material X. And for those of you who have seen more of my videos, you know what's coming, right? Presets, Chrome, and replace. I just love Chrome. Okay. Now, let's get to the grip section here. Right click face. We're gonna select, let's see, actually it's this section right there. So we got that. right click, assign new material, Lambert, checkered box, file, folder, and I have a file for suede. Let's just see what that looks like. There we go. We're going to go to create UVs. Let's try, I have to reselect them obviously. Create UVs, we'll do cylindrical mapping. And let's see how that looks. Not bad. We'll go to edit UVs, UV texture editor. Okay, a lot of stuff going on there. Right click, select shell. Come on. We're going to hit W. We're going to move that over. If he wants to move over. There we go. Polygons. Unfold. I think that actually doesn't look bad. We'll get this stuff out of the way. Take this guy, move them in. Hit R. I have to zoom in and pull that guy in here. All right. So let's deal with this stuff here. Edit UV, UV texture editor. Okay, a lot going on there, but well, there is some overlap, but let's see what this looks like. All right. This guy, we're going to make black. So mesh, separate, take that, right click, assign new material. We'll do Lambert. And actually we'll do, we're not going to do black. We're going to do something like that. Okay. Let's deal with our feather. Mesh, separate the arrow itself, assign new material, MIA_X, presets chrome per place. We'll do the arrow itself, right click assign new material, and we will do a different preset, and we will use why not go nuts? Glass solid. As long as we're making this thing really sci-fi, if you will, why not? Okay, we're going to select the feathers. There we go. Right click, assign new material. Let's do a Lambert. Check that, file. And I believe I have something called feather texture. Let's see what that will give us. Just going to select that, create UVs, planar mapping, edit UVs, UV texture editor. Oh, that's not bad. I can live with that. And we'll do this guy. right click object mode, create UVs, planar mapping, and no, create UVs. That's a bit better, yeah. Let's see what we got. Yeah, that's better. All right, so we got that going on. Let's position that in a right angle. Let's do, where'd he go? Right there. We're going to create some lights. So create light. Let's do a point light. Yep. Hit 7 on our keyboard so we can see what our light is doing. And we're going to bring that out. Actually, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do a point light. Create lights. Let's do a directional light. Bring that up. Pull that out. That's kind of a good angle for our light. It's not going to be enough light though. So we'll create light. Let's do an additional point light. Let's bring that guy way over here. And I think we're going to have to do a trial render to see what our guy is doing, but maybe it's too dark. We'll see. I'm going to do a quick test render, okay? So our render settings, mental ray, because of our mental ray material, indirect lighting, global illumination, final gathering, quality tab, 1.5. Let's do HD 1080. And let's give this a try. I'm just going to pause the video, be back after the render, okay? Like I thought, guys, not enough light going on. So I'll just hit 3 to smooth that guy. Right click object mode. There we go. So we need a bit more light. So I'm going to introduce an image-based HDRI file, image-based lighting, okay? And I have one. Where'd he go? HDRI. There we go. Let's go down here. Very dark black sky, which is kind of cool. All right. And we'll take this point light, hit Control D to duplicate that, and bring that over here and bring that up. Okay. That should be better. Just checking my arrow tip here. Right there. That's not showing up properly, so we'll just assign new material, MIA, and we'll do that in Chrome as well. All right, let's get back to, that would pretty much be our render view here, and let's give it another go. See you guys in a sec. Well, there you go, guys. This is our final render. So as always, when modeling without a reference, you never know exactly what you're going to end up with, but I don't think it's too bad. So hopefully it was useful for you guys. Thank you guys for watching, as always, and see you guys next time.